Hello again, and welcome back to Painting with Stephen. Let's call it the Cork artist. I'm an artist from Cork, amateur artist, and I paint something different every week. Now, I normally focus on landscapes, but this week I'm going to paint my cat Susie. I've been going on about it for weeks and weeks and weeks. So I'm going to leave the landscapes this week, and I'm going to paint a cat. Now, it's been a while since I painted animals. I have painted them very successfully in the past, but it has been a good couple of months. So forgive me if it's not up to your expectations, let's say. Now, I'm going to be painting my cat Susie. She's here. I have it on tablet here, so I'll swing it around and show you. And it's a photograph I took myself of her. She's just lying on the floor against the chair. Now, the chair in the background is a very kind of a dark purple, kind of a plum colour, and it really complements the orange. So that's why I said I'd pick this one. Now I'm going to just bring you over and show you where I took the photo. This is the chair, and she was lying down here against the chair. Now it's a lovely kind of a pinky plummy colour, so I think these colours will really complement the orange. Now this is the picture. Now I put the background in earlier because I wanted the background dry. It's more or less dry now. I painted this just last night because I want some nice crisp lines, and I don't want to be mixing this colour in with the oranges and creams as I go. So I just painted this and I left it dry, and this is the rough sketch now that I did of Susie. So I'm going to just go from this to this, and it's not perfect, but we'll work on it as we go. I'll probably end up painting the ground here is similar to this. Maybe a little bit lighter. We'll see as we go along. The most important part about painting animals is these points here. Okay? Make sure the eyes are level, and make sure that there's equal distance from the nose to each eye. That's very important. I see a lot of paintings and sketches where one eye might be slightly lower, or one eye might be slightly this way or that way compared to the other. Now the pupil here is not exactly the same as this because she's kind of looking off at an angle. But we can work on that as we get to them. So that's kind of it really. Nice ginger. It's kind of ginger and cream. You can see it, and there's some light ginger and dark ginger. So we'll have a bit of fun with this. It could take a while. The face, I presume. The face will probably take the longest, especially the eyes. So we're just going to concentrate on that this week. So I hope it turns out alright. This is MDF board as well, by the way. It's just normal thin MDF board. I'll show you. Look, it's just a thin board, and I primed it twice, and it's lovely and smooth. So for these lovely fine details here, there won't be any roughness from a canvas. It'll be just a straight smooth line. So lovely for that. And also we're blending with our brush later, and for getting lovely hairy kind of effects with the blender brush and the fan brush as well. So that's it basically. I'll probably only use 2 or 3 different brushes for this. One for the lighter colour, one for the darker colour. So not a lot of brushes this week. Colours, my same colours. I actually added in a little bit of chrome orange. This is a colour that I had in my box for months that hasn't been used. This is probably the first time I've used it actually, to be quite honest. So chrome orange, just for the ginger, the real dark ginger colours. And my usual palette. Cadmium yellow, naples yellow, burnt sienna, burnt umber, cadmium red, some lamp black, and a little bit of blue. So that's basically it. I will probably just use linseed oil this week, I think. I might not use any thinners in this because I want it to be nice and flowy and creamy. So I will probably just use the linseed oil on its own. So that's it, guys. I hope you like this painting. Maybe some other week we'll try some flowers or something, or even a bowl of fruit or something like that. Leave a comment, leave a suggestion. So I'm going to get my mount ready, mount the camera and we'll crack on and have some fun with this. So stay tuned. Okay, here we are. Now I'm going to take, I suppose what I'm going to do first is fill in a lot of the dark colour. And from that, or possibly, actually what we will do is we'll fill in the mid-tone colours. And we'll work then into our darks and we'll work into our lights. Yes, I think that would be the best thing to do. So I'm going to mix some mid-tone here now. And we're going to take some, let's see now, let's mix up a nice ginger colour here. Let's take some of that cadmium yellow, the orangey one. Okay, little touch of burnt sienna. And some white. Let's have a look now and see how that turns out. Now, it's a little bit yellowy. Let's take some more burnt sienna. Oh, that's not too bad. So I'm just going to fill roughly with this. And then we can go around and start putting our darker shades in. And then work our lighter shades in. Now, the brush is a little dirty, so I'm just going to give it a little clean here. So let's go with some, let's try some cadmium red this time and cadmium yellow. And let's see if that makes a bit of a richer ginger. Now there's a very dark line just along the end here that I want to get in. It kind of goes around like this. I'm basically just looking at the photograph now and I'm following the directions of the fur and the lines going through the fur, different colours. I'm just following these directions generally. I'm not going to be too fussy with it. Now let's leave our paw. And this really is just a lot of filling in. Once this is done, then we'll start working on the shadows perhaps. So there's a bit of work in this. And as I said, I haven't painted animals now for a long time. In fact, I didn't even do a practice run on this. Normally, before I do a tutorial, I might, do a little practice, little small one on a bit of sketching paper or something. Just to get a feel for the composition. But on this one, I didn't. So I'm just going straight into this now with a little bit of apprehension to see how it turns out. Now I've just added a little bit of Naples yellow into this here, just because it's a little bit lighter along here. As I said, we can darken it as we need to. I just want to get the cache filled in first, and then we can work on the details. So let's go with some cadmium red, and let's go with some cadmium yellow, and perhaps a little Naples yellow as well. Because it gets slightly paler towards the back here, and up around the neck area here, it gets darker because there's a bit of shadow catching the cat there from her head. So it gets a little darker along here. There we go. And the beauty of this MDF board is that it's very, very smooth, so it's lovely for painting things like fur, You really get a lovely effect. Yeah, and let's lighten it slightly. Lighten it slightly just back here. Oh, this is her second paw here. it's basically just trying to create the curvature of the cat's body and the cat's fur. So I'm using the brush to create that. I'm going to leave this paw. The paw kind of disappears into the body here. So that can be quite tricky to achieve, whilst at the same time allowing the viewer to see that it is an actual paw. So that can be quite tricky. Now this is very white here, so I'm just leaving. I'm not going to put too much on the paw. In fact, I will leave it. It actually gets then quite kind of yellowy around here, which is strange. Possibly a reflection from a door or something like that. So I will just, I suppose I'll make it as near to the photograph as I can, really. Now I'm hardly using any thinners on this at all. In fact, I haven't dipped into my thinners since the very beginning. So, because this MDF board is so smooth, the paint is just going on lovely, even just on its own. So you don't really need thinners at all, I don't think, with this board. Now that's the general colour put in. You can see some dark ginger lines going here, and everything kind of fades into this area here. Now, I'm thinking, will I take a different brush? I think I might. I'm going to switch to another slightly smaller brush, just with a bit of a better point on the top. And I'm going to go into some dark ginger now, so I'm going to mix some cadmium red. Now, I'm going to pick the palette up here just to show you, okay, so you can see exactly what I'm doing when I'm mixing colours. Cadmium red, and let's take some, now see we have two different yellows to play with here, cadmium yellow and cadmium yellow pale, but I'm thinking probably the cadmium yellow, because it's a lot more orangey, isn't it? So let's just try some. Now I don't want it to be ready, so let's put a bit of burnt umber or burnt sienna into that as well. Okay, bear in mind now that the red is very, very strong. So let's just try this. You see, that's not bad. And it sort of disappears. And then there's another one here. It kind of disappears. You see? And now, there's a lot of dark, kind of rich ginger up along the back of the cat here, okay? So let's just darken this a little. There we go. And of course we can blend all this again later with the blender brush if we like. Alright, don't be worried about not being able to blend it. The beauty of oils is that they will stay long, they will stay dry for long, or they will stay wet for longer. So you don't have to worry about not blending them immediately. Okay? Now I'm just creating the lines on the body here, okay? Just a general impression. There we go. Now we will be working a lot more on this as we go. And we're making them darker and darker and darker as we go along. Alright? So, not to worry. It gets quite dark now in here. So you can see this now is just creating the curvature of the body. That's basically all I'm doing. And then it comes out here to this point and it comes back like that. And remember, just keep looking at what you're painting. Just keep looking at your photograph. Alright? And there's some really dark ones now. Kind of swing around the neck, and there's very, very dark one right in under the cheek here. And that's good because it means we can emphasize the cat's face later on then, you see. Now I'm going to put a touch of magenta into this, because I want to keep this rich. Okay? Now it comes down here and it takes shot up like that, and it goes around and it curves around up then again, like that. And this then kind of blends into that colour behind. So there's another one now again, and it comes. Now we're going to be working on these now again later. This is just kind of filling in. A lot of this is just a filling in. Another one comes down here, and it turns and it goes down by her paw, and then we have another one. Another one here, and that follows a similar line. Now we have a very dark one on the paw here as well. So I'm basically just going in now, going around, and I'm going to just get in a lot of my dark tones here, alright? That's all I'm doing. And that's blended in fairly nice there. And put some slightly lighter colour here. There's a lot of white around here on the paw, so I don't want to go too dark around here, okay? Don't want to go too dark with it. There we go. Let's put a little naples yellow with cadmium yellow pale just around here, and now I want to blend it back into the body, just slightly, not too much. And then I want to go and get some more dark gingers, some burnt sienna. Give us a nice dark kind of a browny orange, because that will mix, you see, that will mix with the orange that's there already. And let's put a couple along here. There we go. That's always lovely to paint animals, because you're kind of learning as you go along. Well, I am anyway, I don't know about you, but I'm always learning as I go along with animals. And that's why I love painting animals so much. Now, there's a very, very dark just behind the paw here, so I'm going to get some burnt umber in there. And just blend that up. Right, now we can go along even with the... Let's get our fan brush, shall we? Let's take our fan brush and see. Blend some of this up. There we go. That's nice, isn't it? See, the fan brush is lovely for this type of stuff as well, look. Creating the hairs. Yeah. And the cat just came bolting in here to the kitchen, followed closely by the dog. Having great fun. They get on great now, in fairness. There we go. So let's just blend all this. Just blend all this together, and it's creating some nice texture and some nice hair. No. And again, we're going to be going even darker with this. And then when we have all our darks done, we can then put in some nice highlights, nice bright fur here and there on the cat to create more texture. Now I want to go in with the same brush and try and get some of the face. Try and get some of the face in. Yeah? Just that nice ginger colour. Let's try and get the face done with that ginger colour as well. So let's take some of the chrome orange, some burnt sienna. Let's just take a look at this now. I want to keep this the same as the other colours I just used. Right, the ears are more white, so let's leave the ears for now. along the top of the hairline. I'm going to go around the eyes. And we'll add in a touch of Naples yellow now just to lighten this slightly. There we go. And I'm going to leave it at that. And I know now you're probably looking at this now thinking, God, that doesn't look like the photo, but it will. This is just basically blocking in. The very same as when we're doing a landscape, just blocking all this area in. Yeah. And it gets kind of quite light on this side because there's a lot of light hitting the cat from here. So I'm going to be careful with this. There we go. And it's good now that I left that background dry, because it would have been a nightmare if this plum was blending with the ginger. It would have been an absolute nightmare. There we are. And we can create all the shapes now. This is all white here, so I'm just going to leave that. We can create all these shapes now with our brushes in a minute. We can form the shadows on the face. And let's just bring it up there slightly. Now, there we go. So again, I'm going to take my fan brush. Let's just kind of blend this together gently, just gently. Now, there we go. What I can see, a bit of light along here. There we go. And I think I'll mix some dark colour just for this side of the nose here. So I'm going to take some burnt umber and burnt sienna. That should give you a nice rich colour. And just at the side of the nose here, let's get more burnt umber into that with a little bit of cadmium yellow. Let's get a nice kind of a rich ginger. And I'm just creating the curvature of the nose here now with this. It comes down then sort of like that. Yeah. You see? And this is giving us the shapes of the face. And there's a very, very dark colour coming off of the eye just here. And that line then follows around here. And there's another piece comes up around here. And this all looks very kind of rough now at the moment, but we just keep working on it. Now, we'll take some burnt sienna, and just in the middle here, there's a dark line which kind of breaks off into two, and there's another one kind of breaks off here. Now I'm wiggling the brush like this to create the direction of the hair. You see that? That's just creating that kind of flick of the hair going up. There's another one here, another one then. Just above this eye there's kind of one, and it's disappears in there. And then up over here it's very kind of dark. This is very dark and very rich up here. And of course these lines sort of continue up. Okay. And it's kind of dark then around here, over the eye. But it's coming together slowly, and that's kind of all it is really, just bit by bit. Just take your time. Just take your time. That's just a little shadow behind the ear there now, okay? And I'm going to do the same, the little line coming off here. That. And then we have a little bit just here. And we have a little bit just here. As I said, I'm kind of learning here now as I go along as well. So forgive me if I'm making a bit of a mess of it. But look, I'm having a bit of fun with it anyway. So it's all about, my friends, it's all about having a bit of fun. Isn't that right? Now, I'm just going to take my fan brush and let's just gently pull that up. I'm just going to blend these just slightly, that's all, just ever so slightly. Alright. Just to take the definite look off of the brush strokes. And this kind of, it's quite dark just there. Let's blend that down. And I think we could now stick in the ears of the cat. Now they're kind of quite white really. Yeah, they're kind of just more or less white all the way, I suppose, to be quite honest. So I'm just going to get another brush. Let me just see now while I look at the brush here. I'll take another nice clean new brush. Okay. That is a number 4. It's a number 4 brush. And let me just zoom in slightly here now on the face for you, alright? There we go. That's better. Now, it's just kind of more or less white really, and there's almost a hint of blue up on the very top. So let's make it nice and colourful. Right, we'll start with this one here. Now, I had a little bit of yellow on the palette there just by the way, but that doesn't matter. It probably looks quite yellowy to you, but we can work on it. Don't worry. Don't worry at all. Now it comes in, and let's follow this line fairly closely. Doesn't have to be perfect on the line, but it's actually kind of quite straight on the photograph. And then there's a bit of a curve on the top. Not that much of a curve, I suppose. There we go. Let's just fill it in now first. And then it turns here, and sort of blends in. There's all kind of hair kind of flicking around all over the place. In there. Okay. And let's just take our blender brush, this guy. I'm just going to have to blend the hair just very, very gently into it. Okay. Just going to soften it together. Now, let's move over to the next one. Let's do the same with this. So it comes along here and it goes straight down. And then let's blend it in. Now, I haven't used any thinners on this because, as I said, the board is so smooth that the paint is going on quite nice. I don't really need the thinners, I don't think. You can if you like. Use the thinners. But I don't think there's any need, to be honest. Now, it's kind of dark in around the back there, so I'm going to, and it looks like maybe a touch of magenta and burnt sienna. Or perhaps magenta and burnt umber even. Let's try some of that. A little bit of magenta and burnt umber. And it kind of goes up, disappears up there. And then there's even a bit of, let's take some cobalt blue and some cadmium red. There's some of that in there too. Very, very dark kind of a shadow colour. Just in there. And I'm going to do the same on this side. It's kind of a purpley, it's almost a purpley colour. Just along there. And then you can almost see the shape of the ear just at the top of this. We can lighten these as we go, okay? If it's too dark, we can just lighten it, don't worry. There we are. Let's just blend these together now. And I'm just flicking it this way because of the hair, the direction of the hair. Okay. There we are. And this ginger then kind of goes up into the air here slightly. Now, there we are. That is the general shape of the ear done. Now, at the back of the ear here, I can see a bit of dark. So I'm going to use some of that dark colour that we just had. And I'm going to, just at the back of the ear here, it kind of curls in and comes back out again. Sort of a shadow area just in there. And I'm going to actually go into a little black for this, because I really want this to emphasize the ear. That's it. And it's the same then on this side. There's a bit of a dark area there, and a little dark area coming around here. And then, I'm going to clean that brush, and I'm going to use the same pointy little brush, and pick up some neat white, and then go around that dark, just like that. Okay, now that's what's on the photograph, and it almost blends into that shadowy colour then, just here. See? Just blend it gently in. And we have a very, very bright white up here, and it comes down and it disappears. So let's try that on this side. We have a very, very bright edge, and it comes around here and disappears. Now, of course, when this is all finished, we're going to be putting little flicks of hair in. Alright, here and there. Now, there's a lot of white hair on this hair just flicking in, but I want to leave that kind of settle on the board first and almost dry a little before I start putting little flicks of white, you see? Little flicks of white in here and there. So I want to leave that as it is. I might actually darken this just slightly. It's a little bit bright still. So I'm going to darken this just inside the ear. This is like the inner ear here where it's kind of, you know yourself, kind of shadow just inside the ear. Yeah, and it comes down here and it gets kind of really dark then. And it gets really dark just down here. There we are. And this one is the same. Now, there we go. Now, I still want to make it much darker at the back of the cat here, okay? So I'm actually going to take some of that lovely purple colour we just mixed there, alright? So I'm going to hold my palette up here now and show you. I'm going to take a little bit of magenta. Now you don't have to use magenta. If you have a little crimson, that will do fine as well. A little bit of burnt umber, okay? And a little touch of cobalt blue. Now, the magenta and the cobalt blue will make that lovely colour, but the burnt umber then will tone it down slightly. Let's just try this here now. There you are, you see? Nice and dark. And in fact, it's even accentuated on the cat's face as well. There we go. And I might even put a touch of black into that, because it is really, really dark. Yeah. And blend that off out into these lighter colours, just slightly. See? Just like that. Now let's take our fan brush and let's just pull those very gently, look. And that will create all the little hairs on the cat. Isn't that lovely? Now you might have other techniques for doing this. You might have other brushes that you can create this technique even better than this actually. And use those brushes if you feel comfortable. You don't have to use these brushes that I'm using. Alright? Just so you know. You know, experiment with different brushes. Don't be afraid. Right. I think I'll put in the white around the eyes. In fact, no, actually, what I might do is I might try to get the nose in. Will we try and do some of the nose, will we? Yeah, we will. We'll try it. We'll give it a go. Yeah, as they say. Let's give it a shot. Now, just getting a small brush here, okay? Kind of a small flat brush. And I just want to put some light in just along here. So some naples yellow and white, and there's some very light colour just catching the nose of the cat just here. There we go. It goes up there. And I know it can be difficult trying to do this when all the colours are mixing, but you will get used to it. It's just practice, that's all it is. Practice, practice, practice. Okay? Practice, practice, practice. Yeah. I just wanted to do that there before I do the eye. And it's really, really white then around the eye. It's almost just pure white. Around the eye here, almost pure white. Now you can leave these dry as you go along if you want. I'll probably let this dry when it's finished and go in then with more highlights afterwards. But I will show you the finished painting anyway. And this is important here now because we have to get the shape of the eye just right. Just right. Now we're going to blend this out with the blender brush. And it comes in here. And there's a really bright white just in here as well. You see? And then let's have a look at what we're doing. This highlight then blends up into this one, and this one here, the top of the eye, kind of blends up in here. Alright, coming together. As you say, bit by bit, take your time. Every little mark that we create on the canvas will help. Every little mark makes a difference. And that's the beauty, I think, of oil painting. Oil painting, actually, watercolour, whatever, doing pastels, every little mark makes a difference and adds to the painting. And that's what it's all about, I think. Anyway. And there we go. Now we have to try and kind of keep these eyes similar. Otherwise it might look strange if one eye is different to the other. So you can see already now one eye is slightly lower than the other. So I want to bring this eye up. I'll bring this up just a little, and then this white kind of tapers off. We have very kind of a sharp edge just along here. And then again, we try and keep it similar to that side. So the white kind of flicks up here, like that. And then here, kind of a couple of flicks just like that. And it goes up and flicks out. Ah, there we go. Bit better now, isn't it? Now, right, pointy brush. Let's change brushes, get a different pointy brush, and let's take some. Now it's really blacky blue, so let's take some cobalt blue and some black. It's really, really dark now. And I'm going to pop a little bit of magenta into that as well. Why not? Now, just in here, very dark colour. Right. And tiny bit there. Now, same on this side. I want to get the green eyes in this time. Let's mix up a green for the eyes. So I'm going to go with cobalt blue, naples yellow. It's kind of an emerald green. A bit more naples yellow, touch of white. So equal amounts of each. And it's kind of an emerald green, the eyes. Maybe a bit more yellow. More naples yellow, and let's just paint them entirely now. Okay, fill in all the eye with the green. Okay, same on this side. There we go. And let's try to keep them somewhat similar in shape. So you see now. We're not too bad so far. Now there's a shadow on this one here because the face is casting a shadow on the eye. So I want to make that a little darker just in there. So I'm going to pick up some cobalt blue and make that a bit darker just in there, look. Alright, just across there, and I'm going to make it a little bit even darker again. Some more cobalt blue and a touch of magenta. There we go. Even darker again. And same just here, a tiny shadow casting just here. See that? And let's go even darker again, right inside the inside here. Pick up some black, a little bit of black. Yeah, and a touch of it just here. And we can blend those in a minute with a little blender brush, a small blender brush. And let's bring that across. So I'm going to take my little blender brush here and very gently, just with the edge of the brush, blend those in. There. Now, there is a bit of lighter colour. Let's pick up some white. There's a little lighter colour just coming through here. And actually quite light here as well, this side. There we go. Right, let's get the pupils in. In fact, I'm going to put a little darker line just along underneath here. There we are. Because it is actually quite dark right along in here. Let's pick up a little bit of burnt umber as well. There we go. And the same just along here. And we have just this little area around here. Now, I am going to pick up some black, neat black, and let's get these pupils done, and that will just help, you know, give us a base so we can something to work from. Let's just put these pupils in here now, so I have to be careful with these. Because the angle of the pupils will determine which way the cat is looking. Okay? So I'm going to make that a bit more curved, just around here. Alright. And this one as well. It's amazing how much a pupil will change instantly, especially with a cat. That's not too bad. I'll make this one slightly wider, I think. Yeah, it's a bit better. I'm actually going to, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to pick up some Naples yellow. And I'm going to put some niche Naples yellow just in here. There we are. Just to find that, just a little. And let me see now, just bring this pupil down again. So what we're painting animals, this is basically what you're going to be doing, just going over certain areas a bit more than others. Refining a certain area. Right, let's take a little bit of white now. I want to take a little bit of white, a touch of cobalt blue maybe. Now, but it's pure white, almost pure white now, but there's hardly any cobalt blue in this. And there's a little reflection catching the eye here. There's a white dot there and a white dot here. And again, you see now with my blue, the same here, the white flick here, and another one here. It's almost like with a camera is hitting the eyeball. So for now it's not too bad. We'll do a bit more work on this later, okay? But I'm glad now we just have the general area of the eye done. I'm just going to redefine it here just slightly. And of course, when you doodle, sometimes it can end up making it worse rather than better, so try not to doodle too much on it, okay? I'm just going to narrow this black here a little. A little on the thick side, thick mascara. So let's, let me see now. There's hardly any black here, almost pure white. Now, take the blender brush and just blend some of this white around the eye, following the line of the eye, okay? And here, I'm just going to blend this out very, very gently. This. And this guy up here. Oh, there we are. Now, I'm just taking a tiny bit of black just to redefine this eye here. And I know I shouldn't be going back over it, but it's just one of those things. I'm just going to keep tormenting you. You're going to keep going over it and over it and over it. Now, I'm going to pick up some white again, and I'm going to just come down. There we are, down in front of that. It kind of blends into the nose. There we go. And then there's some under here. Okay, let's just leave it. Because I think the more we got this, the more we're just going to make a mess of the whole darn thing. Aren't we? So I think we'll just leave it, folks. Just for now. Okay. I think we shall start putting in the nose, I suppose, couldn't we? We could put in the nose. Maybe just redefine the nose a little bit. Yeah, we will. Okay, let's crack on with the nose. Let's mix up a little pinky colour for the nose. Let's take some cadmium red, some naples yellow. Let's try that. Yeah, this pinky colour for the nose. And we've had Susie now for a long time. We've had her about 10 years so far. So she's getting kind of old, the poor girl. So I thought it'd be nice to do a painting of her while she's still here. Now we might have her for another 10 or 15 years, you never know. But I just felt it would be nice to get a painting done of her. Now, I'm going to just blend that up gently, just gently. And then I'm going to take the small pointy brush again, a small little detail brush, and take some cadmium red with some black. And let's just define the nostril here. And I know now it's kind of slightly over to one side at the moment, but we'll fix it, don't worry. We will fix it. Takes a bit of time, this kind of work. But, you know, do it at your own pace. No hurry. Just take your time with it. Now, bit of light just at the top of the nose here. Bit of light catching it. Now, and I will make the eyes a little smaller later. Yeah, we make them a little smaller because they are quite big at the moment. So look, we won't worry about it for now. Let's get some lights in around here. There's a lot of light in around the base of the face, so I'm going to get that in. All right. Now I'm going to pick up some white, and there's a lot of white now just along here. No. So it's just a matter of going around. So let's just go around and get these lights in, and we can build on top of those then. So this kind of really, there's a lot of work in animals. It takes a bit of time. It does, it takes a lot of time. And a lot of practice as well. Now, I'm by no means perfect, and I'm probably doing it completely wrong, but I'm giving it a go. Just giving it a try, that's all I can do. And if you have suggestions, please let me know. Don't be shy, leave a comment. Now, I'm just going to take a small brush with a little of that black and a little of the blue from earlier, and let's just create the moat here. And see some specks here and there. There we go, just around there. So I'm going to be working on this now for a long time yet. Okay. There'll definitely be 2 videos in this, I reckon. Now, a couple of specks around here. Yeah. Now, I will flatten this out a little bit underneath here later. I'm just going to blend these in slightly here, just slightly. There we go. Now, let's get some lights in on the body. Yes. Let's take some naples yellow and some white, and I'm just going to zoom this back now again. There we go. Now, we have some lights just kind of creeping through here. And it comes down then, it gets really wide. And it comes up around, back down. And then there's a very bright highlight just here. And again, we're going to be blending these together, so don't worry about this looking a bit strange or anything. Now there's a bit under here. There we go. And then cleaning my brush now after every line. I'm just giving it a rub on the tissue, just to get the dirty colour off of it. There we go. Clean it again. And we have some around here on the top of this paw. And then the front of the paw here, a lot of white. When I say white, I mean highlights. There's a lot of highlights around here. There we go. Now, back here, we have a little light kind of coming around here. Go. It's by no means perfect, I know that, but it's a start. It really is. Yeah. Now, let's just take our fan brush now and let's just put some of those lights into the colours underneath. Create some little flicks of hair. See? And I will probably jump along just a little bit with the video here and there because there's going to be quite a lot of work in this. But you will get the gist of it, the general idea of the painting, okay? Don't worry. There we go. Now, there we are. So far so good, okay. The eyes need a little bit more work still. But they're not that bad so far. Let's just get our detail brush, a pointy brush, and let's just put a little bit of dark ginger around those eyes. I just want to put a bit of dark ginger around the eyes. Redefine them a little bit more. Particularly in here. It's quite dark. So just some burnt sienna, that's what I'm using now. There you go. This is definitely too low here, isn't it? Do you agree? That eye is definitely too low. So I definitely want to bring that up a bit. There we go. Brown then. Just along here there's a lot of dark colour. I'm just still not happy with this eye. It should be level. So let's just put some orange in there, just to bring the eye up a bit more. There we go. Now I'm going to leave it at that. I'll flick ahead and we will come back to it, okay? Don't go anywhere.